Hey, it's the Genius Biker back with another tool video. Today I want to share my thoughts on the Grip Edge 3/8 hex set. The Grip Edge RPT hex sockets are apparently made by the same manufacturer as the Mac Tools RBRT branded hex sockets. This new hex bit design is supposed to prevent rounding hex fasteners. It's even supposed to be able to remove compromised fasteners or rounded out fasteners as well. They claim up to 50% more torque on good hex fasteners and up to 400% more torque on damaged fasteners. These have large size marking and chrome plating, which looks real good, but do they work as well as they look? First, let's talk about why I bought these. I wanted to replace my old metric hex sockets, which are made in the USA Craftsman, with one lonely Lyle on there that I bought to replace a Craftsman that was eaten by mechanical gremlins at some point. As you can see, these old bits have quite a bit of wear on them, which is the main reason why I ordered the Grip Edge. Since I mostly work on metric bikes, I'm constantly removing and replacing hex fasteners, which are, compromised already or rounded out, or can easily be rounded out by a regular hex socket. Believe me, I've rounded out my fair share over the years by accident, and I've experienced bikes where all the fasteners are rounded out. Now for bodywork bolts and other bolts that don't really need to be torqued, I like using my OG Snap-on T-handles. They make removing bodywork bolts and the like a lot easier and simpler because you can just spin it on, spin it off pretty much. But these T-handles don't provide, torque feedback when you have specific fasteners, say, an engine casing or caliper bolts, which is why you need to use the hex sockets. An immediate difference I noticed was the taper on the old ones versus the new ones. This may not seem like much, but since I'm mostly working on motorcycles, it's quite a few recessed hex bolts where the larger socket makes it difficult or even impossible to use. I've used these now for a few months and have run into a few situations. As you can see, the Grip Edge can run into clearance issues because of the design. But if you only got to use 6mm or smaller, I guess you could always order the 1/4 inch Grip Edge hex set to solve this issue, or maybe at some point Grip Edge will come out with a long set of 3/8 to try and help compensate for this larger design. I looked at the 3/8 Mac RBRT online, and the design looks pretty similar, but they appear to be slimmer around the socket. And they even appear that the hex bit coming out of the socket is just a small bit larger or longer. If anyone watching this has a Mac version, I'd love it if you could respond in the comments and let me know the size of the overall socket on the outside and the length of the hex bit on the tip. Speaking of the Mac Tools RBRT, I couldn't help but notice that their 3/8 version is only about 15 bucks more than the Grip Edge at the time of this video. Aside from appearing to have a smaller socket size and a longer hex tip, I kind of really would have liked to buy the Mac Tools just for the name brand, right? If I had a Mac dealer who visited me or a Mac truck nearby that I could see them in person, I probably would have already bought the Mac version a long time ago. But because I don't, I ended up with the Grip Edge. At the end of the day, this new RPT or RBRT or whatever they want to call it, it's a much needed improvement over the old traditional hex sockets. Having used these for quite a few jobs over the past month, I can attest to the huge benefit of adding this technology to my toolbox. The Grip Edge version, although they work great and I'm happy with the function, the form could really use some updating, some downsizing to make them a little bit easier to use in tight spaces that you encounter on a motorcycle. Taking all this into account, I'd probably buy the Mac version at the current prices if I had to do it all over again. If you want to save a few bucks, or if they go on sale or somebody runs a promo like for Amazon Day or something, then the Grip Edge are a really nice upgrade over the traditional hex sockets, and they're worth a look. If you want to check these out online, I'll leave links in the description. And if you use any of my affiliate links, I really appreciate your support. That's all I got for now. Stay tuned for the next video.